We go to the 12th question. If x minus 2 and x minus half both are the factors of the polynomial nx square minus 5x plus m, then show that n is equal to m is equal to 2. Now here there are two divisors, x minus 2 and x minus half. The dividend is nx square minus 5x plus m. Now taking the first divisor, that is x minus 2. They have said that these two divisors are actually the factors of the polynomial. What happens when they are factors of this polynomial? The remainder will be 0. So using that we will solve it. Okay. So now the divisor first one is x minus 2. So we write it down. Divisor is x minus 2. If divisor is x minus 2, we take x is equal to opposite sign of minus is plus and 2. So plus 2 or just 2. So take x equal to 2. What is p of x or the polynomial? It is nx square minus 5x plus m. Now we have to find p of. P of what? Here we have said x is equal to 2. So we have to find p of 2. So taking p of 2, that means in place of x, I have to put 2. So I have here n into x square, that is 2 square minus 5 into, in place of x, 2 plus m. Now n into 2 square, that is n into 2 square is 4 minus 5 into 2 is 10 plus m. So this becomes n into 4, that is 4n minus 10 plus m. So by solving this or putting 2 in place of x, we get 4n minus 10 plus m. But what is actually p of 2? How will we know what is p of 2? Because it is a factor of the polynomial. So p of 2 is actually 0. Why? Because x minus 2 is a factor of nx square minus 5x plus m. Now here I said p of 2 is equal to 4n minus 10 plus m. Here I said p of 2 is 0. So I can take from both this. Okay, we can number this as 1 and number this as 2. Therefore, from 1 and 2, what do we get? 4n minus 10 plus m is equal to 0. 4n minus 10 plus m is equal to 0. We can take 10 on the other side because it is a constant. So what happens? It becomes 4n plus m is equal to minus 10 on the other side becomes plus 10. Therefore, this is 10. Now we number this. We have already numbered 1 and 2. So this becomes 3. Now we do the same thing for the next factor, which they said is x minus half. So what is the divisor? X minus half. So what do we take x as? The opposite sign of minus will be plus. The number is half. So therefore it is plus half or just half. Now what is p of x? The polynomial is nx square minus 5x plus m. We have to find p of what? We have said x is half. So we have to find p of half. That means in place of x, I will put half. So this becomes n into half square minus 5 into x, which is half plus m. So this becomes n into half square. Half into half will be 1 upon 4. 1 into 1 is 1, 2 into 2 is 4. So 1 upon 4. Here minus 5 into 1 upon 2 is just minus 5 upon 2. How is it? 5 into 1 is 5. 2 in the denominator will be this. Okay, plus m. Now n into 1 by 4 will be 1 upon 4n. Okay, so I have here 1 upon 4n minus 5 upon 2 plus m. Now, this we found out is p of half. Okay, you see here I have written p of half. So, p of half is nothing but 1 by 4n minus 5 by 2 plus m. But p of half is also equal to 0. Why? Because x minus half is a factor of this polynomial. So, but p of half is 0. Why? Because x minus half is a factor of this polynomial nx square minus 5x plus m. Now I had marked here 1, 2 and 3. I can mark this as 4 and also this as 5. So now p of half is this and p of half is 0 also. So we can equate these two. Therefore, from 4 and 5, 1 by 4n minus 5 upon 2 plus m is equal to 0. Now you see here, unlike the first equation what we got, we have this equation where we have the coefficients as fractions. So what should we do? Find the LCM and multiply throughout. Now if you see the denominators, here we have 4, here we have 2. Which is the bigger denominator? 4. 2 goes in 4, so 4 can be the LCM. So what do we do? Multiply throughout by 4. So we'll write here multiplying by 4. What happens? 1 by 4n into 4 minus 5 by 2 into 4 plus 4m is equal to 0. 4 into m is 4m. So now what happens? This 4 and this 4 cancels. 2 goes in 4 2 times. So now when we write the equation, 1n is just n. Then minus 5 into 2, that is minus 10. Then I have plus 4m is equal to 0. Now again, as we did here, I can rearrange the equation. Rearrange how? By taking minus 10 on the other side. Now when taking minus 10 on the other side, what happens here? N plus 4m is equal to 10. So this becomes the next equation. So we had here 4 and 5, equation number 4 and 5. So this becomes 6. Okay. So now we have two equations, 3 and 6. Now, how can we get the values of n and m? Because we have to prove that n equal to m equal to 2. Now, if you look at the coefficients of n and m here, n coefficient is 4, m coefficient is 1. So, 4 and 1. Here, if we look at the coefficients of n and m, this is 1, this is 4. Here 4 and 1, here 1 and 4. So when the coefficients are just the opposite, what we do is we add both the equations. Okay. Why we add both the equations? Let us see further. So I write here adding equations 3 and 6. Now what happens? The third equation is 4n plus m is equal to 10. The sixth equation is n plus 4m is equal to 10. Now I have to add these two equations. Let me see what happens when I add. 10 plus 10, 20 is equal to m plus 4m is 5m. Okay, 4n plus n is 5n. Okay, so why did I add? Such that I get that the coefficients of n and m the same, such that I can divide throughout and get the coefficients of both n and m as 1. See, now if I divide throughout by 5, what happens? This becomes 1n plus 1m is equal to 20 divided by 5 is 4. So the coefficients of n and m has become 1. Okay, so we got 5n plus 5m is equal to 20. We'll write next step, dividing by 5, we get, okay, n plus m is equal to 4. Now I have got one equation. We can write it as the next equation number, that is 7. Now I need one more equation where I have n minus m. So what I will do? I will subtract one equation from the other. Okay, so I will subtract equation 6 from equation 3. So now first we added both the equations. Now I am subtracting 6 from 3. So I'll write subtracting equation 6 from 3. Okay, what happens now? If I am subtracting 6 from 3, first I have to write the third equation. So I write 4n plus m is equal to 10. Then I have to write the sixth equation, n plus 4m is equal to 10. Now I am subtracting. When subtracting, what happens? The signs of the lower one change. So this becomes minus, this becomes minus, this also becomes minus. We are subtracting. 4n minus n, okay, plus 4n minus n will be 3n. Sign of the bigger number was plus. Okay, plus m minus 4n. Sign of the bigger number is minus. 4 minus 1 is 3. So this will be 3m. Now here I have plus 10 minus 10, that is equal to 0. Right? So plus 3n minus 3m is equal to 0. Okay, once we get this, I can divide throughout by 3. So dividing by 3. What happens? This becomes n minus m equal to 0, or n is equal to m. So now I have got one equation, that is equation 8, that is n is equal to m. Since n is equal to m here, I can substitute n equal to m in equation 7. So substituting n equal to m in equation 7. Okay, so equation 7 is n plus m equal to 4. Let me write that first. N plus m equal to 4. N is equal to m. So in place of n, I am putting m. So I have here m plus m is equal to 4. Now if m plus m is equal to 4, what is m plus m? It is 2m. So 2m is equal to 4. So what is m equal to? 4 upon 2. 4 upon 2, which is 2. So m is 2. Therefore, m equal to 2. N will be, here we said n is equal to m. So n also will be 2. How? From which equation? From the 8th equation. So we'll write n also equal to 2 from 8. So can we say then n is equal to m? Therefore, n is equal to m is equal to 2. Is that what we have to prove? Just see the question. N is equal to m is equal to 2.